So I'm back outside, and I just thought this was so hilarious how I showed earlier, or I'm gonna put a thumbnail on one of these things, but this is them having a camera, if you can see it, having a camera in the window watching my house. It was so funny. Simply because I had to take precautions and start documenting stuff because of the nasty mouths and things that they have and things trying to provoke me and stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that long. It's just a little glimpse of it or whatever. I had a camera up watching me and my kids or whatever, specifically on the side. So you know it's meant for me and my kids. It's not meant for if somebody was to try to break in their house or anything like that. And the fact we never have tried to do that, don't care to, don't want nothing that don't have nothing. They don't have nothing that I want. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn this off. I'm just trying to still sort through things. And again, taking things I was wondering if I could turn the camera around. I had it like this, but I don't think I can. But anyway, couple things. One thing, I woke up this morning, I seen some balloons and stuff like that, so I figured it's like somebody having a party. I got a hunch who it is. I think it's one of her youngest daughters. One of her daughters or whatever. I'm saying one of her youngest daughters. She got one older and one younger. And of course, it made me think about my own daughter. Cause like I moved over here, my daughter was with me. I just think how it makes me think how my life got thrown into like seemingly utter chaos and confusion. But I mean, I think things are getting in order. I feel like I know, and I'm just really trying to believe more than hope that things are, that order is being restored. So, I'm giving God the glory. But it does make me feel like, it warms my heart to see a mother give attention to her kids, period, on a daily basis. But see you celebrating your child and stuff like that. That's what I thought life was about. It didn't necessarily have to be birthday parties with cakes, balloons, this, and the third, but I thought life was about stuff like that. And I'm still sitting in here or whatever. Hold on, let me see if my son went back in. Did you go back in the house or you still outside?
Staying outside.
Where you at, on the side?
Here.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Camera, but usually if you want to play his game. But he said since his brother had got off, he was getting off and he was just gonna go outside. It's fine because things are changing. I want them to be more active and stuff like that. But it's quiet and it's peaceful back here in my yard. I'm just triggered, a little irritated because of that camera, because it just caused me to walk in the other direction. I didn't come out my side door, but I mean I can if I want to. Just chose not, because like I said, I'm not doing stuff for TV or to be on TV, and I didn't put that up there for them to be petty. So it's like every move that I decide to make, that's what y'all gonna try to do. That's like a competition type of thing. But and the fact is, I'm not in competition with nobody, especially somebody that's 30 something years older than me. For one, yeah, y'all had time to do more than what you did. I don't know what you was doing during the years before I moved over here, before I ever met you and knew you existed. I'm doing a video. I have to see it in a little while. Just put it on the front porch, and I'll see it. Um. So yeah, I'm laughing because it's just silly and petty to me. It's just dumb. It's remedial. It's something that aids to keeping black people behind. I think I read some study that it'll take black people 200 and something years to catch up to the wealth or something like that of the households of white people, or already you know in that sense stuck behind. But you want to sit and still just try to mimic and mock and without understanding your next door neighbor who have done nothing to you except for just spoke what I needed to speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you do. So I'm not engaging in that. So it's like in essence, you just gonna be battling on your own. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my kids and stuff for making adjustments and stuff like that, which they can still come out the side door too. Because I mean, we're not doing anything, so can still go out there or whatever. But I just let them know y'all on candid camera. Basically, like, I've been the watcher, and now they trying to watch me, but it don't matter because I haven't been doing anything. My kids stay over here in their yard for the most part. Where I guess one day they was throwing something and something went probably partially in her yard, and he got it or whatever. The son got it, but yeah. But yeah, like I said, just seeing that party, and that threw me because I had the dream today about the other girl setting up something in her yard for kids, like a bounce house. But it's somebody. See, it's just like it's confusion and it's mix-ups and it's everybody else going into other people's stuff and other people. It might be even covering for one another. I don't know. I don't know how it's supposed to be sorted out. But to wake up and have had that dream, but then it's some type of child or kid celebration over at the house that I really don't even I don't care for them people that are supposed to be my kids' relatives and stuff. So the other thing I wanted to speak on was about that. What's his name? Aswad Yinde, and what's her name? Aziza Kabibi. Lord have mercy. That is, for her to have endured through that and made it through, and now her kids are grown and older and stuff like that. Is that you making that noise?
No, that was someone that popped the balloon.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, balloons popping and stuff like that already. But yeah, that whole thing, boy, I tell you, that is a mess. Like, that is creepy. That is scary. And the fact that her dad was, he directed a video for the refugees. I think she said "Killing Me Softly" and maybe some more. Went to the Grammys. All this. People can be doing that and living that kind of so-called star lifestyle. And he had all them kids too by the mama. That man loving him some sex. And ain't no telling what else he was doing. He was trying to keep it all in the family, but ain't no telling what else he was doing. But and then the mom, I don't know. I wonder whatever became of the mom, because I was so focused on hearing the daughter's story and about the dad that I didn't even really see what happened regarding the mom. But that was something to endure, man. And that's on one hand, I thank God. I had a stepdad. I was raised with my mom, and I'm not saying that my dad is this type or anything, but just if that would have occurred, I look at what I went through now, and I don't like it. But I look like, man, if that would have occurred with me, I thank God that didn't occur with me. Having a biological dad that wants to sleep with his daughters and impregnate his daughters. My natural mind can't get that. And this girl, here she is still living and still making it, seemingly sharing her story and stuff like that. And of course, her dad uh, got sentenced to 90 years in prison, which that's still ain't enough for the lives that you done ruined, because you done ruined on down to all the generations, because you made your granddaughters also your children. And you made them sisters to their mother, which is that's too much confusion, man. That's crazy. They seem strong. They seem like it might not be nothing wrong with them. I think she said her first child came out fine, but I think something may have been, affected the other one or two. And then she said she had 4 children, and she kept saying for him, but by him or whatever. And one of them, and then she had 1 miscarriage. But just, I couldn't even imagine just getting raped and having sex with my own dad. Like, and I don't want to, but I'm just saying, getting raped by your own, the one that's supposed to protect you from people that would try to do that same thing to you and stuff like that. That's just crazy, man. I just, and I'm going to go and look at some more of her testimony and, follow up and see how she's doing, because she's got a YouTube channel. But that is just like, it's mind blowing, and it does help me. While I was watching it, I went on into prayer. I was like crying out, like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. And I'm crying mainly, I'm crying for her when she made it and stuff like that, or she's making it, should I say, because that's still gonna try to come up and haunt probably all them kids, the brothers and the sisters that was there anyway in the household. They had to endure that and know about it and stuff like that. And at one point in time, they were about to try to kill at least their dad. I don't know about their mom, but try to restrain her probably so they could get the job done. But God had other plans for him to spend the rest of his life in prison. I mean, not that he can't, I guess, live out 90 more years. But I don't know when he got sentenced. I think it's like 8 years ago. But yeah, that's gonna affect generations to come, because she did say, she was like, one of the kids was like, well, Mom, if Dad wouldn't have raped you, does that mean we wouldn't have been born? So, and that's when I started, like, I about lost it, because it's like, Lord, how did you intend for us to do this thing? How are we supposed to operate? Because it's not that I'm convinced of what he's saying, but it almost seemed right. Even though he's doing time in prison, it almost seemed right. Like, dang, keep it all in the family. But on the other hand, of course, I'm disgusted by that. On the right hand, honestly, I'm disgusted. On the left hand, I'm like, well, it's dangerous out here. It's crazy out here. You might as well build up your family within your family. But that's incest, of course. And that's just damaging. And I could never, I got my boys here with me. And the fact that lady called my sons what she called them the other day, the MFers and stuff, and just the literal term of that is like, honey, I steer clear. My sons are going to know what a woman's body is like. And there they go, pulling up, looking. They're going to know what a woman's body is like and all of that. But in a healthy way. But not because I'm laying up with my sons or I feel attracted to my sons. I was trying to bring this down some. Okay, it didn't work. Let me do it. But yeah, my son's gonna know healthy. I should have recorded them while they were pulling up. Just watching, looking up here. My son's gonna know what it's like to be with, I mean, not with, have healthy feelings with the opposite sex. So I heard a call and there was one pulling up who called him that. So I was on that. But I just couldn't imagine. I'm careful with how I, walk around. I may have a bra and some pants on or something like that, and maybe even some shorts. But if they get older and if they feel like, if they are attracted to, hold on, let me pull out my other device and do what I need to do. So I definitely record some next home. Hope that it's gonna be like this. Yes, it is. But yeah, that's her looking crazy. What you doing, baby? You can use this in a few minutes if you want to get back on here. Okay, well, in a few minutes, not right now. Only that child don't have whose arms they in. These some old blood sucking so-called elderly people. You gonna use it in a minute. I'm doing my video. You're not gonna be at right here with me. Go in the house or go. I'll call you on the walkie-talkie whenever you can use it. Because it is what it is. Like, they have to do all this. Don't want to. But anyway. But yeah, I just couldn't imagine that. Doing all that and like my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's gonna be healthy because the parents is the first teacher. So that's how it's gonna be. But like some of the lines are blurred and the wires are blurred. Like you should be able to govern your own um, kids and family and stuff like that. But yeah, her getting out of the car holding somebody's child, honey, that would appear that she was good with kids there, honey. That's somebody who wasn't able to have kids and she is last I knew she was unforgiving about it and holding grudges or whatever against her own mom. Which I mean, that's understandable if your mom scared you into not having kids. I understand that or whatever, but the mom did more than scare me into not. She tried to ensure that I didn't, but I went on to still have children. So, but yeah, I'm trying to set it up so my son can use it. He needs to use for his entertainment purposes, but that's the thing. I should have stayed still on there. I just still let him take a break. I told him I would call him when he can get on. But at this point in time, oh excuse me, he's about to be getting on right now. It's only 77%. This is my little portable charger. It's cool. It works. And I'm gonna charge that up so he can get on. Um, so yeah, that whole thing. I'm gonna go and look up some more, but I don't know what he's thinking in his mind as a father. I mean, evidently he was taking care of his kids and providing a household, but that's the thing. It's like lines are so blurred and everything to where what's right, what's wrong, what do we do, Lord? You know, that's why you do need to be in constant communication with God. That's what he wanted with Adam and Eve, and to my understanding with Adam and Eve in the garden. Just stay in constant communication with me, you know. And then, of course, if I told you something, then follow directions. But then I get to thinking sometimes, well, Lord, why would you even put something that can harm them or that can cause them to start, knowing otherwise there? And, they say don't question God, but that's my feelings. I can't sit here and deny. And I know he gave free will and stuff like that. And I guess when you give free will, it'll determine whether that person or that creation really loves you on how they use their free will, but and to me that is a good God when he say, I give you free will to choose. I ain't gonna make you, even though he very well can, even though he literally made us, he created us. But I just don't know, man. There's a lot of questions, a lot of things that I don't understand, because that right there just took me, and I just went into like, Lord, how are we supposed to operate? And again, not saying that I would engage in that type of behavior, but I think too, if I didn't know no better and that's what I seen, I would think that was right. It was when she was like 22 or something like that, when one of her kids had to go to the hospital, and he was trying to monitor. He was about to get caught up in his stuff. He was trying to monitor her. They was getting away with it for all them years. She had her kids, at home or not in the hospital or whatever, and it was getting away with it until until I go these loud neighbors, honey. But anyway, he was getting away with it until they took her kids, and as a mother, she wanted her kids back. One part, she was happy that, you know, they wasn't with her dad, so they couldn't experience that rape and stuff like that. But on the other hand, she, as a mother, she was like, I want my kids. She fell in love. She wanted her kids, and so yeah, so yeah, that's just something to think about or whatever. And to find out some more about. I ain't gonna stay out here long because it's not as hot as I want. I want to be in the sun, and I want to be in. I want to be in the sun, and I want to be shaded. So the shady people, this is like my shade, my hater blocker. But yeah. So some things getting sorted through in some funny ways. That's the other thing about me. I look to men and males, to lead by example. But who's teaching them? Did they just have a mother that was left behind by a father that's teaching them? Did they just have a camera just in case? Did they just have a did they just have a did they have an abusive father? Bottom line is we need to be submitted to God. We need to be submitted to God. Wow. But yeah, we need to be submitted to God, and men need to be leading their wives, and the women, period, the women in society. But like I said, I don't know anymore how it works. I thought I knew. I thought certain stuff was okay or not okay. Thought I had a good sense and measure of what was okay and what's moral and what's not. But we're living in this world, and you're like, wait a minute now. So we can do that, but we supposed to do that. Even though I didn't experience, the funny thing is I didn't experience that. I didn't experience none of that with my stepdad, like an unhealthy lifestyle. Now, like I said, there was one or two questionable moments that I was like, and I can mention that we were dancing in front of him. Not, we had clothes and stuff on, but it was me, his daughter, and my other sister. And he was just like, let's see who can dance the best. And that kind of, just looking back, it makes me feel uncomfortable, but, he didn't take it further than that. And there was one time we was living in the apartment that he first moved in with us in, and I was sitting on the couch beside him, and he like took his finger and brushed it up my leg a little bit. But other than that, that was the only moment besides maybe being recorded on camera in the shower, and that was when we was all at the beach, and then I don't know, you know. I'm not even going to go back that far. All I can say is it did not happen to me. That physical contact, nobody raping me. As far as that's concerned, I have been raped, but it wasn't by him. It was definitely by my boy's dad. That's just something which I've talked about in other videos. But yeah. I just was like, what? We just can't experience. To me, I be feeling like black people as a whole can experience something healthy, but then I look around and see some black folks are experiencing healthy stuff, and then, I just don't know. And then, of course, I look at my mom's situation where I see where they came from and what they came to. Last I knew, I don't know now, I don't have to update, but, I just, of course, want something healthy for myself. Where's my son trying to come outside or what? or is this some other madness going on? At this point, honey, I don't know who let them watch their kids, but if I had known that they was like this a long time ago, I wouldn't have let mine spend the night or whatever. And go, ain't no just certain stuff wasn't gonna happen. They nasty, honey. Oh no, I don't know nasty people watching my kids. Nasty mouth, nasty inside. I do thank God for it happened the way it happened. Like I ain't never leave my daughter off on them. I've allowed her to ride down with them before and there's certain stuff and she was old enough to talk and tell me, so she's never told me that anything inappropriate has happened and I'm thankful. And I just wouldn't put my kids off on people anyway. I just mainly they're at home with them, thank God, the early parts of their childhood and stuff like that. And they definitely all old enough to tell you what's going on now. Are they old enough to recognize and comprehend everything? Again, like what I'm still learning as an adult? No. They need me to tell them and lead them and stuff like that. Or they, that encounter with God, that's why I told them to have a prayer life and to trust God and ask Him to lead. But yeah. But, wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, last piece, I wanted to have a drink. Like, it triggered me so much that I just wanted to have a drink. Like, it triggered me as far as them putting the camera up, and then I started watching it, and I just wanted to have me a little bottle of wine, but I don't want to let that be the reason why I drink my wine and stuff like that. I drink it when I sometimes get in my jacuzzi and I relax and all that good stuff, but yeah. But it's just a not understanding. I'm gonna go in either one of my doors that I want to, and whether it's the side or the front, but not. I'll go above and beyond sometimes just to avoid confrontation and just stuff like that. Make sure that people know that people gonna have to come out of their way to try to provoke me or something like that for me to respond. And when I respond, I done already talked about it and told, gave the disclaimer and just let it be known. But hopefully God will, not hopefully, I know God will continue to move and speak through this place, this atmosphere, and we'll continue to go on. But I read a dream where my daughter's dad was saying, there'll be casualties, and I just couldn't think in my mind, what's going to happen? What could possibly happen? But when that happened and she said that about my friends, I was just like, oh yeah, I see how. Because people are so nasty hearted and nasty now. I see how it's possible that it can happen, that there could be casualties. Again, this was a dream. And I don't want that information to get in the wrong hands or the wrong listener or whatever. But it is what it is. I just know that's what was spoken in the dream. I think it was August the 25th or 26th. It was August the 26th. And then, it was August the 21st. And then August the 26th, something else happened. 26th was the day. mm, Never mind, I'm not worried about it. I'm just not trying to go there. And yesterday I was talking about the 420 stuff. I was just wondering what the heck is the significance of it coming up on the day that it came on and stuff like that. I mean, not to mention the number itself. I know what I think I need to know about what the number is significant for, but as far as the day that it was coming up on and the fact that it just was coming up, I ain't really seen it today. I skipped out. I did see 419, I think a little bit earlier. Yeah, and then I didn't see nothing else. What's going on here? So, so yeah, this is just me still sitting here. Should I had somebody sitting here with me that I can talk to, even I could, have conversations like I'm doing now. Well, I'm having like what is it, a monologue, but I'm recording it. But have a conversation or dialogue and just put it on here. You know what I'm saying? Just be free to talk about stuff. Just vent. If I can talk, baby. I mean, I know if anybody watching and get to this video, they'll know how she could talk, baby, nonstop. I don't be talking just to hear myself talk. I can be quiet and I can just sit, but it's just been so much stuff that stirred me to speak up. I'm not necessarily waiting to hear back from these people, but I put some information out there when it was inquired about on a certain site. So trying. Ooh, that cookout food smells so good. But I'm trying to kind of hope that it gets in the right hands and that they read it and somebody, takes me serious. They might look at it as that's a petty situation or whatever, but takes me serious as far as what I put, what I wrote. Because they were asking, have you had any encounters with law enforcement? That was negative. And yeah, I have, and I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. And I like to get stuff at the root and at the bud before it gets out of control. So, so yeah. But I guess that's for now. I'm gonna be going in and out my front door, which is fine, and coming around this side or whatever. And just trying to avoid, like I said, avoid being on their camera or whatever. Because I just don't. I'm sure I'll be on there sometimes. I gotta take the trash out and stuff like that. But like this stuff, it's wicked out here. But yeah, that's what's going on right now and what's going on in my mind and stuff. And if I have to go live, I will. I just never wanted to do that. I didn't even want to utilize my Facebook page for nothing. Like I don't even want. I got 118 so-called friends on there. And the majority of them don't interact with my page, don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's one, maybe two. It's two that I know will see stuff that I post. One is my dude in another location, another country, and then one is actually like a relative. I don't want to say like a relative, but definitely bloodline or whatever. But distant relative, should I say? And it's try to be helpful. So that's where I'm at with that. That's what's going on. Oh, sometimes I feel like I wish I was not Jenny, but like Jenny said, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. So I can just really go where I want to go and then come back. And I'm just looking up at the trees and how it's changing colors and stuff, different colors, yellows, greens, reds, orange, brown, all that. And there go big tricycle again. But anyway, so I mean, if I wanted to have the curtains and stuff down, I could. So where they ain't seeing it, like, oh, just chilling out in the backyard. Wishing that sun was over top of my head at this point in time and like beaming on me, but it's okay. All good. It's good like this. Now, I still got some paperwork to fill out for this lady. I gotta still figure out how to spend. Stuff in the house I need to do, that I'm gonna do, get done. Um, and yeah, keep living, keep living, keep living, keep living, keep going, keep overcoming, keep trusting God, Like I said, with hearing her story, and I didn't have to endure that. And then, when she did get to a point where she was like, "Oh, it's finally over, it's finished," when he's locked up. But you still gotta live with the memories of. And then she was, I don't know if she's went and seen him yet, but I think I seen one video where she was talking about how she might go and visit him or something like that. But that's the thing, that's still your dad. Do you even and truly forgiving him, does that mean you gotta go visit him or, leave that monster or, seeming monster where he at? So I'm just like, let me keep living, let me keep forgiving, let me keep just moving forward. There's a cardinal, those cardinals like to come and get in this point, so I really do wish my other two was still back there, because it was definitely shady, but I actually like this one, so I'm glad I'm feeling to peek through. God gave me the perfect middle space, even though I want to change some stuff about it, like wanting a fence, I wouldn't even want no fence like there with a roof is. But yeah, on a privacy fence, to the left of me. I hope I'm not talking too loud because I know this thing would just be having an issue with recording and stuff like that. But look, turn up your volume if you need to because I'm just not trying to be loud right now. But mm, 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 mm. Yekara yekara dashi yesha. Thank you, Lord. Yekara isanda sikon haise kananda daroshi ayikara dashi kore. Yekasi anda siya itarana. Yekara isada dashi anda shikore. You know how people refer to God as Yahweh or, Yahweh. Some people pronounce it different. And Jesus says Yeshua. Like in my prayer language, I always you hear how, if you listen to what I was just saying, how I start off with saying yay. And that's what I definitely believe, there's truth in that because I say Yah and Yah, both of them in my prayer language. And, that's just between me and God. I'm not doing that to put on here. But, and I don't know exactly what I'm saying. And that's another thing triggered me. It was a guy it was a comedy video, but he was speaking in tongues or whatever. And it really did sound like his real tongues. But he told the girl, like, that's how you say something, like, you're nice looking and I don't want to date you or something like that. I know I got that all the way wrong. But he was saying it in tongues. It just bothered me just a little bit. Because I'm like, I don't like to play with the Lord. Like, there is a such thing, I believe, as somebody mimicking and mocking tongues, or what I'm saying, just trying to. I've actually seen my boys and dad try to just say the words that I was saying. And I'm like, baby, this is Holy Spirit flow. This is not nothing you can just say. I had to, receive the gift from God and just open up and trust Him. And it's not for nothing evil. It's for God's will to be done. It ain't, it's me praying the will of God, perfect will of God. I don't even know. I can't even interfere with it. Like, sometimes I start praying, saying what I want to say, and then He just take over because it's like, no, you ain't praying according to my will. You praying and asking amiss. You ain't, you praying according to your feelings, your emotions. So, I don't know, that triggered me. It was a lot of stuff that just triggered me today. But the one good thing I can say is, even though they got a camera up, at least something is going to always be recording regarding this household and stuff like that. So, trusting that kind of helps me feel a little more secure to go somewhere and ain't nothing happening or whatever. Because, what I'm saying, another camera catching another angle. So, hey. So, what I'm saying. So, that's that. That's helpful because I'm always be like, hey, now they got cameras over there. Y'all better be careful. They got it pointing, watching my house, but look. So that's beneficial. That's one way that I feel like it could work in my favor, but I still don't like it, don't care for it. And maybe I'm just like, man, Lord, just send me my special somebody, please. Not special ed, not challenge. I mean, we all got challenges, so. But just not just detrimental to my household. Please send my daughter home, on a regular basis. I mean, period. She can come home, period. But she just has to make some adjustments. And, give me favor regarding that situation. But it's just crazy, man. How it was set up and tried to be turned against me. And I can still see the good. And it's only by the grace of God, by the empowerment of God. Because other than that, I would be miserable and feeling miserable. And I think people, that's what they mad at. Oh, why she not miserable because her daughter is gone? Well, I go through. I have certain days or whatever. It used to be, of course, when it first happened. But I have better days now. But I have my days all the time when I'm like, I miss my daughter and I want her to be here. And this is the child that I raised. And how dare how dare her dad do that? And how dare he acknowledge that? I'm the one that brought her to see him when he was away. I didn't have to. Sent pictures, sent letters and stuff like that. But look what he's doing to me. Look how he would treat me. So this is another example of how I'm a nicer person to people, but look how if they get the opportunity, look how they would treat me. That's not just that doesn't just happen there. That happens like a lot in my life. Like I've been nicer to some people. If I feel like I gotta be mean to you, then I just don't even be around you. So they'll let you know. And I'm not saying I'm the nicest person, but if I feel like I gotta be mean, I'm getting off from around you. But I've been nicer to him and more patient and all that. And that comes with God. That comes with the Holy Spirit. That comes with the fruit of the Spirit, the gifts of the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Only God can empower you to do that. You cannot do it on your own. I don't know who keep trying to find me and reach me or whatever, but bye. Don't. Bryson Tiller voice, don't. Boy, when they said, see if you can defeat this squid gang by seeing if you can time when Bryson Tiller gonna say don't or something like that. Oh my goodness, that was funny to me. So yeah, here we go again. Oh, that's my child coming out. That's not the foolishness. It's just my child coming out trying to get this thing. I'm gonna let him take it now. Who was that? You? You still got the walkie-talkie? Oh, you don't need it. Come here. I just asked a question. When I ask, just answer. Then that way you'll know what's next. What I want you to do. Here, just don't come in front of this camera or nothing. Just come right here. And yeah, keep that walkie-talkie near y'all. Be careful with my. Hey, come here. Let me show you something. Just be careful with my stuff. You just hold that part like that. That way, hey, I got something else for you. You can hold that. Just hold this. This is a way to carry it. Now you can open the door. You see that? Moms have ways they can do stuff. But anyway, video is 40-something minutes long, and it might take a long time to upload. So let me go ahead and end it. I got plenty to say though.